Hey now, and welcome back to another Minute Tidbit in Social Psychology. Today, we're going to talk about how our emotions play a significant role in our decision-making process, especially when it comes to moral judgments. There's a part of our brain called the ventral medial prefrontal cortex, VMPFC, which is thought to play a role in linking our bodily signals of emotion to our decision-making process. The VMPFC is smack dab in the middle of your forehead, and it plays a big role in how we make decisions. You know when you're deciding who to date, and you feel all those butterflies in your stomach? That's your body giving you signals. This VMPFC area helps you understand these signals and use them to make your choice. To better understand this, consider the famous trolley problem. Picture a runaway trolley about to hit 5 people. Luckily, you're next to a lever that can divert the trolley, but it will then hit one person. Would you pull the lever? Most people would say yes. But what if instead of a lever, you're standing next to a large man on a bridge, and by pushing him off, he'd stop the trolley and save the 5 people? Would you push him? Most people say no. Isn't that weird? Both scenarios result in one person dying to save 5, but our emotional response to each scenario is different. People have even added more emotional weight to these scenarios. Imagine you're a surgeon with 5 dying patients, and a healthy young man walks in whose organs could save all 5. Would you take his life to save your patients? Again, most say no, even though the outcome is the same. What's fascinating is that studies show that people with damage to the VMPFC are more likely to say they would push the man off the bridge. It seems that without a fully working VMPFC, people can't use their emotional responses to guide their decisions as effectively. They seem to think more logically and less emotionally about the decisions they're making. Now, let's talk about how we make moral judgments. A theory called the social intuitionist model suggests that our moral judgments are based on quick automatic intuitions driven by emotions, rather than careful reasoning. For example, if asked whether you'd slap your father for any amount of money, most people would immediately say no, guided by a pang of emotion. The reasoning we use to justify our decisions usually comes after the fact. This theory is supported by cases of moral dumbfounding, where people hold strong moral attitudes but struggle to provide reasons for their views. Additionally, psychopaths, who lack empathy, demonstrate that emotional capacity plays a significant role in moral behavior. So, when we hear politicians or public figures talking about various moral issues, we should ask ourselves, are their well-constructed arguments the actual cause of their moral position, or just an after-the-fact justification for a judgment they made with their emotions and intuitions? These scenarios are examples of moral judgments, deciding what's right or wrong. Our sense of morality guides our actions and opinions on everything from lying, sex, war, to even complex issues like stem cell research, veganism or racism. Our moral judgments impact not only our own lives but also shape the policies and laws in our society. We'd like to think that when we're making these judgments, we're using careful thought and analysis. But it turns out, our emotions play a huge role. That's all for today's episode. We hope you found this exploration of emotions and decision-making interesting. Stay tuned for our next episode. Until then, keep thinking.